Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining again today. We've got another tech review for you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am pretty hyped about today's review. I've been getting into a lot of camping stuff lately, and this is certainly no exception. So today we are going to be reviewing the OutTask Portable Camping Light. This is a telescoping camping light that sits on a magnetic and tripod base. It's got lots of features, and I can't wait to get into them. So, let's get down to the unboxing. Sweet. So this model is called the OutTask TD1. It is a 5-watt telescoping lantern with a charging time of 5 hours and a 12,000 milliamp battery. Interesting. And it weighs 700 grams. All right, let's get into it. Let's open this thing up. 720 degree stereo lighting. Read me. Press the bottom triangle legs to then press the bottom triangle button to extend the tripod legs. Power on, long press, 3 seconds for power on, change brightness, single click. Switch mode when in power state, double click to switch the mode. Okay, heatsink can get hot. Do not touch radiator for a long time to avoid burns. Well, that's good. That's good to know in case anybody didn't know who was buying this product what a heatsink is. Nice little set of instructions in multiple different languages. Sweet. Oh, this thing is nice. It's like heavy. It is definitely heavy. Little accessories. Oh! Dude, that's pretty sweet. I'm not going to use these, but the fact that they sent these with multiple different reflector plates, like to stick, I'm assuming on here, or no, oh, I'm seeing now. They're actually little hexagons. They're cut out to the shape of what is already in there. These little guys right here. So you can basically essentially change the color of, you know, these, or if they get old and peel off, you get a whole new set of stickers to. I just think that's cool. So before we get into the actual light itself, I think that's worth an awesome mention. I'm not 100% sure what these are for, but I'm gonna go ahead and guess without looking at the instructions manual that these are tie downs, because this thing gets so tall. If you're using it in camping excursions and whatnot, and it's windy, the wind could definitely knock it over. I've had that problem with having my 360 cam or my action cam on a tall tripod. So these are going to be tie downs to make sure that it stays in place wherever you put it on the ground. Charging cable and a little lanyard which attaches right here. That's pretty sweet. But again, don't need the lanyard, not gonna use it, gonna take it off. Good to know. It comes with a lanyard. Alright, let's get into it. So, let's press the button on the bottom and that up and ooh, that's slick. It's spring loaded. That's slick. Alright, that's slick. It's like a Batman grappling hook. Sweet. Awesome. I love that it's spring-loaded like that. That is really cool. Does it lock into, like, final? No, I don't think it does. So it kind of just, unless I'm missing something, I don't see a way to, like, lock it into the final position there. Maybe I'm wrong, but just saying, for now, it feels like, because these are the latches to catch the... Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and say no, there isn't a way to like 100% like lock this point right here. So when you put it down, if you notice, it kind of, point the camera down a little bit, it kind of isn't quite hitting the ground, and it's, there's still, I can stick a finger underneath there. Just something to note. It's not a big deal, it's just something to note. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the port. It's got a USB port, USB standard A and a USB-C. This is going to be how you charge it. Now, let's go ahead and actually turn on the light and see how powerful this thing is. Alright, so 3 seconds to turn it on. Let's go ahead and turn this light off. 3 seconds to turn it on. And it is on. Check that out. Extend the telescopic rod slowly to prevent damage. I think that's as far as it comes out. And wow, that is pretty bright. I'm not sure that that's the highest setting, but that's already pretty bright. Oh my dear God, it gets bright. That's the lowest setting? Whoa, dear goodness. That's incredible. All right, so that's on. 3 seconds to turn it off. So there we go. 3 seconds to turn it back on again. And now we're going to double click and change the modes. Warm white. Okay. I like that. I like that. Me personally, I'm always going to prefer warm white over cool white. It just feels nicer. Got a SOS. This is an SOS mode, like in case you're lost. This is fantastic. This is really great, actually. And then back to daylight white again. Now, so it is, as you can see, completely, turn the head, completely, oh, well, let's get focused here. There we go. You can turn the head completely 180 degrees. So this could be like a flashlight. Boom. Right? Or, if I may,
pretty incredible. I mean, granted, if I had my way, it would be, you know, it would be able to go twice as tall. But you have to remember, it's also magnetic on the bottom, which means you could stick it to like the roof of your car, and then you've already got extra height. You know, so which, by the way, I kind of actually want to find something metal to attach it to and see how well the metal surface is. But we'll do that when we get it outside and test it in the actual field. This is a really, really nice, awesome, very bright telescoping lantern. So we need to take it out to the field. I'm going to take it with me on my next camping excursion. We need to test several things. We're going to test the longevity of the battery, leave it on for as long as we can on the highest possible setting, and see how it does with a full charge. Because it did not come to me with a full charge and needs to be fully charged up. And we need to also, on a separate camping excursion, I need to take this up into the mountains and like bury it in some snow and ice while it's on and see how it does in the cold. I have no doubt that it'll perform absolutely fantastically in the normal California weather, but I want to see how this does in the absolute frigid cold. So, but for right now, this is really, really cool. I am just super, super pleased and very happy with how this, works. It's really, really great. And even now, having already been on for a minute on the highest setting, I can tell you the heatsink isn't even like remotely hot yet. You know, it's still very, very just barely even warm to the touch, not even room temperature. So, you know, it's probably going to have to be on for a little while before you actually get it to the point where it's going to burn you if you touch the, you know, if you touch the actual heatsink itself. So, that being said, I'm going to pack it up for right now, but let's take it out to the field and test it in my next camping excursion.
Blueberry. Blueberry.
Well, I had a lovely night's sleep out here. We are at Rainbow Basin Natural Area in the Mojave Desert. And 12 hours on, this light is still going. Now, I only had it on the medium setting. I did not have it on the high setting because the high setting was like too bright for me to go to sleep, even with my tinted windows. But yeah, look at that. 12 hours on, still going. We turned it on at about 7 o'clock last night. It is now 7 o'clock in the morning, and it was a little windy last night too, so these stakes definitely helped, keep this thing in place. This thing wasn't going anywhere last night. Also, let's go on and see how much battery we still have left. Look at that. We still have 3/4 battery left after this was on all night. And I mean, we're in California, but it is February, so it does get pretty cold at nighttime.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back home now, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I did not get to make it up to the mountains this winter like I had hoped so that I could bury this in some snow and see what happened. I got into a bit of an accident and my winter camping plans had to get put off. So the last time that you actually saw me using this in the video was in February. It is now April, but while that looks terrible of me, I would like to point out that this lantern has not been used in 2 months, and it still has the 75% battery that I left it with when we left the campsite from the earlier part of the video. That was 2 months ago. So one thing that we can point out is that the Outtask telescoping camping lantern holds battery pretty dang well if it still has 75% battery 2 months later without being used at all and just sitting in a closet. So good on them for using good battery technology. Now we're gonna take the 75% that we have left and I'm going to follow through with what I said I was going to do, even though we didn't make it up to the mountains, this winter. I'm going to take this now, and I am going to turn it on. It is on. We are in cool mode. I'm going to turn it on the highest setting, and we are just going to let this baby go all night. I'm going to stick it right here. On top of some chicken, and it's getting shut in there. Now it's about 9 o'clock right now. As a matter of fact, it is literally just right after 9 o'clock. It is 9 o'clock and 30 seconds. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait 12 hours, and we are going to return tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. and we're going to see how much battery is left, if the camping lantern is still on, which I'm gonna guess it's going to be still on. And we'll see how much battery life is left. The freezer is about 20 degrees right now, so we are going to see in 12 hours how the weather treated the Outtask telescoping camping lantern. See you then.
The next morning.
Well, there you have it. It is actually 10 o'clock a.m. I gave it 13 hours instead of 12 hours. Let's open the fridge and see where we're at. So I will say we are down to 1 bar of battery, but take a look. After 13 hours on the highest setting available, now that we're back to the lowest setting available, medium and back to high, this thing still has battery. And it was in 25-degree weather, 20-degree weather all night for 13 hours. Outtask, I am impressed. I'm very impressed. So, there's not really much more to say. Once again, getting a look at the awesome telescoping design of the lantern and how you can have it unidirectional, facing down, facing out, facing up, diagonally in any direction, and of course with the awesome flip out kickstand. I'm really impressed with this device. In terms of battery longevity, very impressed. And brightness overall, really awesome. So this is a good investment to make if you spend time off the grid or camping, pretty much anywhere. But now we know, especially in very cold environments. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the light off, and I'm gonna do what I usually do in the video at this point and say, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna go ahead and throw a link to this product down in the description of the video. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know I am doing a good job by giving the video a thumbs up and commenting. And if you wish to support me further as a creator, please subscribe and tap that bell to all notifications so that you never miss any future content from my channel. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.